Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. Change is good. Now, where on earth does that come from? So, change at the moment, I seem to be going through so many different changes, and not myself, and thankfully not my health in a bad way, but in regards to work. Yes, that dreaded word, and we hope that we can say it with passion, and we hope that we can say it with happiness and that we actually enjoy it. And you know what? I do, but my workplace is going through so many changes at the moment, and change really fills us, I find, with a sign of dread, doesn't it? And that kind of feeling that, oh my goodness. And it's actually that if you think about it, we're losing that kind of comfort zone. Now, it's important in life that we do lose that comfort zone once in a while, just to be able to stretch ourselves and grow ourselves and just make ourselves uncomfortable. Because when we make ourselves uncomfortable, we make ourselves grow. Now, I know that sounds a little bit deep, but change is good, my friend. Whether it's in personal circumstances such as a family, maybe you've got some great changes to come, maybe you've got relationship changes, maybe a family member, maybe a baby on the way. Whether it's financial changes, perhaps that you're improving, you're now being able to afford things which you never thought you could, perhaps you're buying a house, it's all change. Whether it's career, whether it's a promotion, or you're changing your job circumstances, maybe you're now looking after somebody, maybe you're caring for somebody. Change is everywhere, but it's how we face it. I often do think that, and I've gone through a number of changes in my life, whether it be my hearing, whether it be my hearing loss, whether it be one or two things which have happened consequently after an operation. I was a little bit unlucky a couple of years ago around a few operations which didn't particularly go right. So we're faced with change all the time, but it's that perception, how we look at it, what really defines us and actually going forward, whether it's going to be a success or not. Now, I know we don't have control every change. In fact, we have very little control sometimes in situations in life. But however, the things we can change is how we think about it and how we jump straight into it. So if we resist and if we become complacent to change and if we kind of turn off and we don't really want to approach it, then we run the risk of being left behind. We run the risk of being out of touch and not informed and missing out on opportunities. Whereas if we approach it with a positive view, even though it can be quite daunting and let's be honest, quite downright scary at times, then straight away we're starting it in a positive light. And if we start it in that positive notion, then whether it goes wrong or if it goes right, it's going to be progress. It's going to be a step forward. It all adds to that journey, my friend. So progress, change, works hand in hand. And I know a lot of people can often find it daunting. And whether you're of a younger generation or whether you're older or whatever stage you're at in your life, I find that there is no time where people can turn around and say, change doesn't fill me with some sign of anxiety or dread or a mixture of emotions. It's just that natural part of being human. When things change, we start to get that height or flight mode and think, actually, do you know what? I need to do something. What's going to happen? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And you get those thoughts running away in your head. But that's a sense of negativity. If we change how we approach change, pardon the pun, then we can face it with that positive view. And actually, do you know what? By just doing that and having that right thought process and that mind frame of how we how we go into change, sorry, it can really be so powerful. And I've really reaped the reward of that lately, that actually through in my workplace, a whole model change. And I thought with someone who was employed with having a disability, someone who was having many problems, and they've made many reasonable adjustments to help me perform at my best and deliver in my work incredibly well. But you know what? The changes we're going through, I thought I was going to lose all that. And I would sometimes lie awake at night thinking, do you know what happens if I don't get to carry on my career now? What happens if the change ends up meaning that I don't or I can't do my job anymore? And you know what? I would just sometimes just be talking away in my mind that, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my goodness, what happens if this happens? And you know what? When I stopped all of that and when I took a positive view on things and I really tried to make a positive spin and then actually thinking, Sean Bradley, you may have all these things behind you. You may have been employed with having a disability. You may have a number of health issues, which sadly have become quite problematic in the last couple of years. But you know, take all that aside. Let's take a positive spin on it. You're a professional, capable person with so many qualities which you bring to the table. So you've got a lot to offer. So therefore, change, it's only going to be good for you. It's going to stretch you. It's going to make you more confident. So my friends, if I can sit here and say that, and the last couple of years have been pretty damn difficult, and I've been through some pretty nasty times. And do you know what? Everybody goes through a storm, but we have to keep getting up from it. Why? Because we owe it to ourselves and we owe it to this incredible gift, life. So do you know what? Never ever look at change and think, oh my goodness, this is going to be negative. Look at it in a positive light, because do you know what? Even if everything goes wrong, if you faced it with a positive view and a positive mind frame, it's going to grow you. It's going to give you skills. It's going to give you multiple manageable kind of priorities, and kind of you're going to see strengths which you didn't think you'd have. You're going to see yourself grow. So even if that intended change is happening and you can't do nothing about it, you can change positively along the way as well. And hopefully, 9 times out of 10, changes are good. So on that note, my friend, God bless, take great care. And you know what? Next time you see a change, embrace it. And what's interestingly is most changes through life we don't necessarily see or we don't notice. We just subconsciously deal with them. And we go through a roller coaster of emotions. But if you're facing change, try to have a word with yourself and change any negativity into positive. Because number one, it's going to make you feel a whole load better. And you're going to be growing, you're going to be changing yourself, you're going to be really, really improving skills, mindset. It's just going to be making you feel so much better. And it's just developing you all the way. And remember, never ever shy away from making mistakes if the change is in your hands, because mistakes, my friend, is what grows us. And remember, you're an incredible individual, because there's only one of you in this world. On that note, my friend, God bless, take great care, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye now.